One aspect of a lot of people's reselling business that I know they neglect and that I know causes their business to suffer is knowing the numbers. Being able to analyze the data as a reseller of any level, full-time, part-time, hobbyist, you should have a basic understanding of your numbers. And so today's video, I'm just going to give you 5 quick tips on what you can do to be able to know your numbers, analyze the data, and therefore have a healthier business regardless of the level that you sell at. Okay. Number 1, track your sales data. Know exactly what's going on with your sales. What time of the year your sales are the highest, what time of the year your sales are the lowest, what items are working for you, what items are not working. You can use a spreadsheet. There's all types of stuff out there that you can use to track your sales data, and most platforms give you some form or some report that you can run to help with that as well. But you have to know your sales data so that you're not steadily buying and sourcing items that aren't working, or you're not listing items at the wrong time of the year. Okay. Number 2, customer feedback. One of the best ways to know what's going on or what's wrong is to listen to what the customers say. Don't just disregard what the customer has to say. If it's a bad experience and the customer say, hey, this guy shipped this item in a cereal box, don't just go off on them and say, oh, blah, blah, blah. No, that's feedback. You should stop shipping things in a cereal box. You know what I mean? Customer feedback is important. It's the customer letting you know whether or not you did a good job, and if you didn't, what you can do to make it better. So that's all you got to take it. If it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to be better. That's how you should look at all customer feedback, especially negative feedback. Number 3, adjust your pricing. Don't be afraid to experiment with your prices, man. And don't get stuck on a certain price just because you have a certain amount of money invested into an item. Prices change, things go in and out of style. And so you may have to lower your price lower than you want to. Sometimes you may have to lower it to get it to move, but play around with pricing. If you sell replenishables, you'll find that sweet spot eventually, but don't be so stuck on a certain profit margin or something where you kind of shoot yourself in the foot because you don't adjust your price and find that price that kind of connects with the customer and allows them to, feel comfortable about making that purchase. Number 4, marketing insights. Listen, you should always be analyzing what platform does best for your products. Also, what type of tools and things work best for your business, whatever it may be. Some people use advertising, some people use pay-per-click, so on and so forth on down the line. Figure out what works best for you. Figure out what percentages works best for you. But marketing should be an integral part of your reselling business. There should be no, I'm not marketing no way, I'm gonna just slap it up there and see what happens. I mean, you can do that, but it's going to make things a lot more harder than they have to be. As opposed to if you had just used some of the tools available to you on each platform. With eBay, you can use promoted listings. Amazon and Walmart have their own forms of marketing. So it just depends on what you're selling and all of that. But don't be afraid to use some of those tools, and don't be afraid to invest a little bit of money to move those items so that you can increase your cash flow. And then finally, number 5, just stay flexible. Be ready to pivot your business strategy if the data that you analyze shows that you need to pivot. So many people either kill their business or find themselves in trouble because they are resistant to change. This is why analyzing the data is important, because the data is going to give you the roadmap. It's going to either show you the way to continue to succeed, or it's going to say, hey, this way is not working, and it's going to help you figure out which way you need to go. Flexibility is one of the hardest things for people to do in general, but especially sellers, but it's one of the most necessary things that you need to have, the most necessary discipline. I call it a discipline. Being flexible is a discipline because you have to do it over and over again, and it can be difficult and it can be hard, and sometimes it goes against the very fiber of your being, man. But you have to be flexible. You have to be willing to change if the information dictates that you need to change, and you can't be afraid to take a chance, and especially if it means saving your business. So I hope these 5 tips helps. If so, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more tips like these.